For quadratic equations, we have something that's called the discriminant. And I'm going to write down the quadratic formula, x equals, so if I, sorry, let's back it up. If I have some quadratic equation in standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Then the quadratic formula gives me the roots or the solutions, or if this was a function, it would give me the x-intercepts of the graph. So I would say x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. Great. All I want to say is that this part right here, that green part, that's the discriminant. That's just the discriminant. So b squared minus 4 times ac. There's a name for it. And this is the discriminant. The discriminant, because it's underneath the radical, it will be able to tell you whether you have two imaginary solutions, right? You get two x values that have an I in there. Or you get two real solutions where you have an x, or x's that's plus and minus, and then just like either a radical or just two numbers. Okay, no I involved at all. Or it tells you whether you're going to have just one real solution. So there's 3 different cases. And pretty much, if b squared minus 4ac, let's think about the first case. For AC, if this is negative, meaning it's less than 0, if you plug in your a, b, and c, if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, means negative. If it's less than 0, if it's negative, then you have two imaginary solutions. Two imaginary solutions. Why is that? Why? Because it's the thing underneath the square root. If you get something that's a negative here, then you're going to take a square root of a negative, and that gives you I. So that's the first part. If that is negative, then there are two imaginary solutions. That's something that you should know. If b squared minus 4ac, if that's positive, meaning greater than 0, means positive, then that's two real solutions. You don't get a negative underneath, so you don't get an I. You just get plus or minus some number that's real. It might not be pretty. It might not be a whole number. It might be just a radical, irrational number. But this means that you have two real solutions. Two real solutions. And if it's equal to 0, that's the last case. So if it's equal to 0, that means you have one real solution. And we're going to take a look at each of these cases. So it's a piece of the quadratic formula, and you don't have to actually solve out the whole entire quadratic formula. So that's kind of nice. If I just say decide what kind of roots you have, meaning tell if you have two imaginary, two real, or one real solution, you'll be able to figure that out without doing the entire quadratic formula. So it says, like, the instructions would be, let's do example 1. And I should write down a problem. Let's say negative 18p equals p squared plus 81. And so find the discriminant and describe the number and type of solutions. So find the discriminant. That means figure out what b squared minus 4ac is. So the first step is to put it in standard form. And then decide how many solutions do I have. 2 imaginary, 2 real, or 1 real. And those are going to be the choices. And hopefully it makes sense, because you're looking for the thing that's underneath the radical. If the thing underneath the radical is negative, of course you're going to get imaginaries. And it's just 2 imaginaries. And it's always going to be 2, because the quadratic formula has the plus or minus. That gives you the 2 answers. Or the 2 reals if it's positive, if the discriminant is positive. If the discriminant is equal to 0, then you get 1 real solution. Okay, so let's look at this then. what I can do, first of all, is add the 18p over, because I want it in standard form. That's the first step. So I get 0 equals, and the 0 could be on either the left or the right, doesn't matter. P squared plus 18p. Remember, it goes the squared term, then the regular term, then the just plain number. And so I have that. And then now I'm going to figure out b squared minus 4 times a times c. Well, b is 18. So 18 squared is, I don't know, I have to get my calculator. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. So it's 18 times 18. What is that? 18 times 18 is 324. Okay, minus 4 times 1, because that a is 1, and c is 81. Okay, what is that? 324. I do negative 4 times 1, that's negative 4, times 81. So negative 4 times 81. That gives me negative 324. Ooh, that equals 0. So, which one is it? Well, one real solution. So find the discriminant. Done. And describe the number and type of solutions. One real solution. And that happens because, so those are both of my answers. That happens because in the quadratic formula, if this is 0, then I'm not adding or subtracting anything. I only have negative b divided by 2a. That's just one number. Hopefully that makes sense. And we'll do a little bit more. We do another example, huh? We do another example? Do you want another example? Okay, another example. Same instructions. Find the discriminant of the quadratic equation and describe the number of and type of solutions. Okay, so the discriminant, again, is b squared minus 4ac. Very good, very good. That is, well, b squared is negative 1. Oh, sorry. B is negative 1. B squared is positive 1, right? Because negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Minus 4 times 1, right? There's a 1 there. Times 6. Oh, I already know. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Times 6 is negative 24. This is negative 23. So that's my discriminant. My discriminant is negative 23. And, well, look at that. Two imaginary solutions. It's negative. It's negative. The discriminant is negative. So I have two imaginary solutions. Two imaginary solutions. It's that easy. It's that simple. This means it never crosses the x-axis. Crazy. Crazy. And then the other one is just when it's positive. It's so simple.